Welcome, Leo, to your September 2020 reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is the first time you've tuned into my channel, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. Or if you'd like to keep it out of the public forum, just click the subscribe button and email me, and I'll be happy to shuffle my cards for you in private. Now, if you're already a subscriber, I do personal readings as well, so just email me and I'll give you all the details about how that works. But let's get into your September reading. Now, I'm definitely feeling like the theme for you in September is all about your work and your career. And September starts out with the Devil card for you. Now, I've seen this card come up for many signs in September. So, what I'm feeling like for you is that it's you've been kind of feeling stuck, or not so much stuck, but trapped. And this can be related to your work. You're not happy in the in a work situation, or it can also mean in a relationship, but I do feel like this is definitely to do with your work. And it's almost like your path has kind of become completely hidden for you. And you're feeling like there's no way forward. But this is just an illusion, and this is absolutely going to change for you in September. You aren't really stuck, but you're not really as stuck as you think you are. And freedom can come just by changing your perception, or changing the way you think about something, your thoughts, from a positive, from a negative, optimistic, from a pessimistic way of looking at something, just by changing that small thing. And I mean, it can be a lot easier said than done. But just by changing the way we look at something, it can be enough just to shift this feeling. And I'll go into it in a little bit more depth, but you've got some really new energy coming through for you in September that's going to really help that. But I feel like also, now this is because this is a general reading, this can mean different things for different people. And some of you, I'm feeling you've got some challenges with an addiction or a dependency on something or someone that is holding you back from happiness. And it can mean, like, an addiction comes in many forms. We can be addicted to substance. There can be substance abuse for you, but it can also, or, alcohol. Those are the things that often spring to mind when people talk about addictions. But addictions come in many forms, and we can become dependent on certain people and become addicted to being in a negative situation. We become so used to it that we just continue on. It becomes comfortable and we don't move forward. And I'm feeling this is more the type of addiction that is referred to for you. And the message in September for you, Leo, is it's time to take charge of this situation. And you've got the King of Wands, and so I'm really seeing you doing this. the King of Wands really wants to make you realize just how incredible you are at leadership. And there are so many people who would benefit from your vision and your ability to focus and get the job done right and effectively and efficiently. And, also with a bit of flair too, with your Leo kind of flair. But it's really time to focus on issues that matter for you and dismiss those that are just distractions. And so I'm absolutely seeing a movement in a really positive direction. And again, you've got one card, 1, 2, 3, 4 wand cards out of 8. So 50% of them are, to do with, I'm feeling career and your creative passion and that sort of stuff. So you're going to be definitely taking some really positive action. Now, the King of Wands can describe a person as well. And I feel like for some of you, there can be some really talented and some helpful, friendly people that are going to show up and really be of assistance for you. So be gracious and accept it. Don't feel like you can do this on your own. Just take their assistance and really go for it and move forward. Now, this can be a fire sign, but it can also, it's just any person. Fire signs are yourself, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. But I always say it's not so much about the star sign, but it's about the character of the person. So this person that could be coming in to help you can be quite charismatic and charming, and they're quite an inspirational speaker, and they're really good at motivating people to do amazing things. And quite often they are a leader in their chosen field. So for some of you, this can be a new job that's coming up for you in September, and someone who you can be your new boss and give you a lot of leadership skills, or you can certainly learn from them. So that's really promising and something wonderful to look forward to. Now, you've got the Knight of Wands as well. Now, again, another sort of take charge type card. You really are asked to make a decision quite quickly in September. It's kind of like there's going to be a situation that you hadn't anticipated, and it's going to require this. So this could potentially be, and I'm not feeling like it's a challenging situation. I'm feeling it's quite positive. Like you could be having multiple job offers or multiple directions in which you can go in, and you kind of, they all are really wonderful. They all promise so much, and you could be having to make a decision quite quickly so the opportunity isn't lost. It's kind of that type of energy, and you don't want to make a rash decision, but as I said, you might have to be coming to a conclusion quite quickly. And it's important to think things through, but I'm getting the feeling that your feelings are going to be what's going to tell you what to do in this situation rather than your head. It's more your heart that you kind of need to listen to in this instance. But once you've made that decision, once you've kind of really decided on which direction you're going to go in, you're off. You're going to be off, and things are going to move quite rapidly because the Knight of Wands is fast-paced movement. Now, you've got, again, another wand card, the Four of Wands. This is such a wonderful time for you in September. I'm excited for you. Your work is going to be rewarded, and you're going to feel the you're going to feel abundant. You're going to have that comfort that comes from feeling abundance and peace. And, you know, it's almost like there's a promise of a joyful life when you see the Four of Wands. It's really strong foundation, strong structure. This is often the marriage card as well. So for some of you, you might really be getting married in September, or getting proposed to, or planning a wedding, or that sort of thing, or planning on starting a family. It's a strong foundation that has been set up and that you can build on. And I just feel like it's quite a good, happy card for you. And, in September, I'm feeling like that you are going to be acknowledged for the efforts that you've put in your work, and you're really going to be appreciated for that. So that's quite nice when that happens as well. I feel like you've been working quite hard, and so that's quite nice to be acknowledged for that. But also, it's a really good time for you to express gratitude to the wonderful people in your life that has been supporting you through perhaps some difficult times, and also for your angels and the universe in general. Just to say thanks is a really positive message that's coming through. Now, you have 2 aces in your reading, and that is newness, a new direction. Now, you've got the Ace of Swords there, and the Ace of Swords is the card of truth. It brings clarity and insight into a certain situation, and I feel like you are going to be using this to help you overcome that feeling of being trapped from the devil. You're going to be having a new idea or a new thought process, and just having clarity, where you're feeling like you've lost the direction in which you should be going in. September is going to open up this new feeling of clarity for you, and really be able to assist you in moving forward. And cutting away all of, if you've had minor setbacks, the Ace of Swords kind of says, no, you're on your way. It's kind of like it sends you a message that it's giving you the messages or the ideas about what it is that you might need to correct, some minor course corrections, or some minor changes in your direction. And it really says things are going to turn out quite well for you if you take on those those new ideas and begin to implement them in your life. And I just feel like you're going to have a better understanding of your situation personally, yourself, and a better understanding of you and how how you're working. And also, I feel like with that devil you're getting, it's like a little bit of depression there as well. And you're going to get some clarity on that and how to overcome some of those feelings too. Now, the Three of Wands, again, that is just, again, a lovely message to do with your work and your career, your passion, your goals. And it's a sort of a message to say your ships are coming in. You've put in the effort. It's kind of a time to pause and reflect on what you've done. But it's like there's a message to say that, you are going to get the success that you have desired. And also, if you have had that acknowledgement for jobs, for a job well done, or some really inspiring work that you've done, and you've had, or had those accolades and stuff like that that came through in the Four. It's kind of giving you the message where you don't need to wait for the rest of your ships to come in. You can start planning now, because you know that they're going to come in and things are going to start working out really well for you. And you can start planning the next phase now, because you're really at that point where you're kind of thinking, well, what can I create now? I've put in the effort, I've created this. Now, what's the next step? How can you expand on your previous successes, kind of thing? And it's time to really just gaze out on the horizon and plan big. You just go for it, Leos, because next card is that Ace of Pentacles. What a great card. This can be a new job opportunity, a completely new direction to go, a new form of income coming in. It's just such a positive card, that Ace of Pentacles. And it just talks about abundance from the universe. And it's quite unexpected, so and we think of abundance as referring to financial prosperity, which the Ace of Pentacles does talk about, but that's not always the case with this card. It can be, a gift from heaven that could come in the form of money, or it can show up as assistance that's desperately needed to help you get through a particular time in your life where you've really been struggling. And, again, a brilliant new idea. It can talk about that. And that ties in quite well with that Ace of Swords. You might be introduced to a particular person that is going to be able to introduce you to the right people, and that's going to lead to your success, But it definitely, I feel like this can really talk about career advancement, or a great business contact that is going to just really assist you in your career, and something that you're really passionate about, and that you really want to do. And for some of you, if you've been feeling unwell, the Ace of Pentacles can talk about that feeling really good and feeling really healthy, which is a great message, particularly when you have those that sort of challenging card of the Devil that can talk about unhealthy dependencies. This can talk about you healing from that and moving on. And then finally, wow, the Star card. What a beautiful card. That is a card of unending hope and pure faith and true understanding in September. That is so good. And it indicates that the choices that you've made have kind of allowed you now to begin to make longer term plans. You can go to that next step, and your sense of purpose is coming back in September, and it's going to allow you to be able to actually see the abundant future that's in reach for you. It's just a card of to have faith, really trust that things are going to go the way you wanted. Now, I've come across these amazing, beautiful cards, these new cards that I was wanting to buy, and I've been searching for a while, and I came across the Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Linn, and they are just wonderful. I absolutely love them. They, when you look at them, you can just focus on them, and so many intuitive messages come through. And so I ask you guys to really look at that card, look at the image, and take what messages come through for you intuitively, because they really do. The images are so simple, but they just really say so much. So if there's something little there that you are focusing on, whether it's just a color or any little thing that comes through, it's really it's significant. So launching your journey is the card. Now, this the affirmation for this particular card is, I am an intrepid traveler sailing forth into the universe. So that's quite a lovely message. So I'll read the message for you. So, inner and outer travel are ahead. Get ready, for you are about to embark on a journey. This could be an inner sojourn, a voyage to distant lands, or even a project or idea that is coming to life. The universe wants you to know where you have always wanted. The universe wants you to know, where have you always wanted to go? What have you always wanted to do? What have you always wanted to do or be? This is the time to make it happen. Launch yourself forward and explore the world around you. However, before any journey, inner or outer, take time to prepare for the adventure ahead. Know where you are and where you want to go. How will you get there? What steps are necessary in order to take this leap? Have a clear vision, but also be prepared for the unexpected. Allow the journey to bring as much joy as the destination. That is such a beautiful message. And look at the card. It's just got these wondrous places, traveling over the sea. It's just so beautiful. I absolutely love this imagery. Now, these cards ask questions that you need to ask yourself. So I'll read those out as well, and I hope they resonate with you. How can I prepare for the journey ahead? What is the greatest journey I could embark upon in my life? What destination will be the most fulfilling? And that's kind of so deep, and it doesn't necessarily mean a destination to another place, because a lot of us can't travel, we're not able to go to other lands, but a destination for our lives of where we want to go. And I'm feeling this is career related. So I hope this resonated for you, Leos. Have a wonderful, wonderful September. If you're into crystal jewelry, check out my website at kazana.com. There's some beautiful crystal pieces there, all one-off pieces, handmade in Australia by an Australian designer. So check those out. Have a wonderful September. Bye. Love you.